Hello guys, this is Big Fish, and today's video is going to be a very special episode. Today we're going to be making a full guide of the Kunoichi. I am very much likely going to be class changing, and because of that there might be a big chance that my skill books and everything else will be converted to my new class, and because of that I probably won't be able to make a guide at that time, and because of that I will be making a guide right now for the Kunoichi. This is actually going to be a very special episode because this class meant so much to me in a way that that words just simply can't describe, and because of that I'll be starting with the video. This Kunoichi have a very special feature that only belong to two classes in the game. One is Kunoichi and two is Sura. These are the only two classes in the game that is capable of doing what is called a double jump. If you see that, you can jump twice, and this actually don't really go... it's kind of funny because this thing actually makes her jump twice and the second one be on the air, and you can change the trajectory of the second jump by... yeah, so you can just go run, you can run this way, and then you can jump to like the side, and this enables you to jump higher somehow. I'll just explain here. So here it doesn't work, right? But when I go like, see, now I can jump to the side because I did like a double jump. That's gonna be some cool mechanic or some cool feature about the class that makes it unique, I guess. Alright, now let's talk about some arena features, and let's begin today's guide with a simple combo. Okay, this will be the simplest combo. I use these two combos like almost all the time. This is the combo that I'm currently using. You're gonna start with cripple into shadow plume. Alright, and you're gonna go into touch of death twice. Yes, you're gonna use touch of death twice. And after that, you're gonna use shadow stitch. Once you're done with shadow stitch, you're gonna use grab, which is suplex. This skill, this is a grab. And once you're done with suplex, the touch of death will already be off cooldown, and you can use this thing once. And after you touch of death once, you're gonna use rain of steel, and then you're gonna go evasion once, and you can just use smokescreen. And smokescreen, if you see here, has a cast animation, which is, to be completely honest, a bit fatal, especially in the arenas where even like 0.5 second like delay can really fuck you up. And because of that, this animation is really bad. That waiting period where she does nothing and like putting out the smoke bomb, that can be fixed. There's a couple ways to make the smoke screen faster. Currently there are 3 ways. You can use either shadow plume or rain of steel or evasion to prior to using shadow smokescreen to make it faster, and I'll just show you guys here in a sec. See, instantly like disappear. However, if you see here, all of the ones needed to make sure that this smokescreen got faster are very important skills. Like this is a forward guard, this is a super armor, and evasion in general is a very important thing in the game. And because of that, this class is pretty much subpar when you come to if you like trying to like compare it to the Reapers in this or the Suras in this. It's completely garbage. So yeah, you see there, like the stuff are pretty much like, you need like either shadow plume or rain of steel or evasion to make the smoke screen faster. This is particularly you need to use this like every time. Try not to use smoke screen when you're not like, try to use smokescreen always with those 3 things. Make sure you don't use smokescreen like just by itself. The cast time is way too long unless you absolutely have to and you know that you're in a good distance. I would say there's no good reason for you not to use the other to use the chain with shadow plume, rain of steel, or evasion. You need them to make it faster, and you can do some cheese strats. Okay, perfect. This is actually a good moment for us to try out this combo, to show you guys a little bit about how this combo works. Alright. I think it's pretty easy to understand that this combo is pretty simple, as you see there. So now I'm invis when I go in and I'm invis when I go out. Okay, he gave up. Props, shout out to this guy. This guy's Enterprise is actually one of my friends. Yeah, so it's very nice. Okay, I think that'll wrap up about the combo. This will be the first combo. This will work like 9 out of 10 times, so it shouldn't be an issue. I think that I think it's a very simple combo. I think everyone should be able to do it. So the full combo will go as follows. You're gonna use smokescreen. Okay, fuck it. I'm just showing you guys. So this is pretty much like the best case scenario that I'll show you guys. Yeah, this will be the best case scenario. You're gonna go in to a fight. You're gonna probably, like, let's say that you're an invis, all right? You want to wait like 3 seconds, and once you're done with that, you can do this. Grab, touch of death, up, and if you see here, the smoke screen is already off cooldown, right? I'm pretty sure you can see that. See, this basically means that if a combo like pulls through, you can literally be invisible when you go in, and you can be invisible when you go out. This will really make you a dangerous dangerous thing in the arenas. But unfortunately, like, things don't always go as planned. Sometimes your combo is missed, sometimes that. So yeah. Alright, we've talked about the combos, we've talked about how you can make smokescreen faster. Now we're going to be talking about something a little bit more important. See, that combo that I show you will work 8 out of 10 times. But I'm pretty sure you guys want to know if there's some cool combos that you can start using to maximize damage, or to do some funny skits, or just in general to deal more damage. I will show you a combo that I use very often. I'm pretty sure in many of my videos I'm using this one. So pretty much the combo that I use a lot is called the double stitch combo. This is basically pretty much like so. You're gonna be using shadow stitch before you go in. So if you see here, you actually have something called a seal stack, and the seal stack can be increased by using shadow stitch over and over again whenever you're free and whenever you're not doing anything. Shadow stitch has a very low cooldown, it's like 4 seconds, so you can use it like whenever you have whenever you're at appropriate distance. As you see here, I'm seal number 3, which is the maximum, and so this will actually help increase the damage of your bleed, which is like pretty much useless. So this is not a big deal, okay? Like, is gonna be the combo that you will use pretty much whenever you're bored of using a normal combo. This combo deals pretty much similar damage, probably slightly more, but you can't use this combo on particular classes with grabs, such as paladins, titans, and many other classes in the game that has a grab or a fast a fast starting up punish, like berserkers, primrose. I don't recommend using a skill, especially if you're slowed. This skill will not work. Therefore, this skill will only work whenever you're not slowed, or whenever you're against classes that cannot do an early punish, like Corsair and such. This combo will basically do a little bit more damage than the first combo, but yeah. Those are the requirements. So the combo goes as follows. You can use cripple, shadow plume, touch of death, shadow snitch, grab. Once you grab, you're gonna use touch of death, shadow stitch, and rain of steel. Then you're gonna use evasion and smokescreen again. Always the same context value is the same. You're gonna go invis in and invis out, pretty much most of the time. This is my style. This is a very unique style of mine, that I always want to go invis when I go in and invis when I go out. That's pretty much like the context that I want to keep it. Next, this is going to be the highest damage combo possible for this class. This is pretty much the highest combo possible, but it's extremely risky. This combo will only work probably 3 out of 10 times, because the opening skill is a bit clunky. However, if you can pull this thing off, it will deal a lot of damage. It can probably one-shot anyone from in normal arenas. I am 100% confident this skill can one-shot almost anyone in normal arenas if you get it through. This skill deals a lot of damage. The only downside is it's fucking risky, and the opening is a bit clunky. So what you're gonna be doing is you're gonna be aiming for the opponent. You want to watch where the opponent is, and you want to kind of like predict where they are. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna go use your evasion plus your smoke screen to propel yourself. Say that the enemy is here in this position, yeah. Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna be here, like so. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my evasion plus my smoke screen to immediately be in his proximity. And what I want to do is like so. See, so I'm actually going to him, right? This is where he is. So once I do that, I'm gonna use Shadow Stitch into cripple, into plume twice, touch of death twice, Shadow Stitch, grab, plume, touch of death, cripple, plume, rain of steel, get out. That is the full combo. This will hurt and this will kill anyone without fail, 100%. The only thing is, don't do it to anyone that can do an early punish, like I said before in the previous combo. This will not work if you're slowed. This will not work if you are against classes that can do an early, like instant punish, like the Berserker with off kilter and Primrose with cold snap, or Paladins with a shield chase. This will not work. This will also not work in classes that can do like an early grab, like an instant grab. The moment they get up, they want to grab you. This will not work. That's why I don't recommend this combo at all. This combo is more like a meme than a real like usable thing. Okay, this next combo is going to revolve completely different. This will be a combo that's going to be revolving around Viper Strike. See, this skill is a very clunky skill. It needs some sort of time to fully charge, but once the charging time is finished, this is basically an instant teleport. This will work very well, especially against people who have absolutely no idea about PvP. This will work like 9 out of 10 times when you're against a newbie, because they don't know. And the good part is you can actually use this to your advantage against destroyers in particular. Okay, we're very lucky we actually meet a destroyer. Actually, it's very, very nice. So destroyers tend to like, okay, fuck it, that's completely fine. That's very unfortunate. Hopefully we find another destroyer or something. I'll show you just how the skill works, and we'll probably do some, we'll just like do one fight because we need to wrap up with the video. Alright, this is actually a very good moment to try out this combo. This is very, very simple, as you see there. Alright, that one very, very simple. So yeah, I just want to show you guys this a little bit. This is actually a pretty good run. That is basically how you utilize your Viper Strike. What you want to do is you just want to hold the whole skill. I just use SOV because I want to make things fast. I just want to show you guys how it works. Alright, so that's basically how you do the Viper Strike. It basically does, like, you basically put Viper Strike before cripple because it's a stun. Therefore, its CC power, the CC tier is below daze, which is a cripple. So you can actually put Viper Strike before cripple. This actually works a lot better than the Shadow Stitch opening combo or the highest damage combo. This one actually sorry, give me a second. Gastric. This thing actually works much better than the normal the high damage combo one. This one will have a higher percentage of actually landing, but this will not work against someone who's pretty good at the game. Yeah, this will not work against a good PvP duelist. This will only work against noobs. And because of that, it is pretty much a meme. I generally don't... This is like a one-trick phony, man. Like, this will only work once, believe me. It will only work once or twice, or the only way that this thing can land is if you got lucky. if the opponent was caught off guard, that is basically the only way that this skill would ever land. The cast time is too long, and it's not gonna work. Yeah. So yeah, but well, the option is there in case you really want to. This is as you see, the skill has no super armor in the arenas, so that's pretty much gambling. Well, I mean, Kuno is the most gamba class in the game, so yeah. This is I mean, all of his opening skill has no super armor, so yeah, pretty much this whole thing is gamba by itself. We've already discussed about a lot of features for the class. We've talked about the combos, and now we're gonna be talking about some truths. All right. This Kuno are a couple things. This Kuno is probably one of the most gamba or the most gambling class in the whole game. This thing is basically if you use Kuno, you're the kind of person who really wants to gamble, because this Kuno is probably the only class in the game, the single class in the game with no super armor or forward guard or invincible or whatsoever on its super armor. On its opening skill. The Kuno have two opening skills, which, as you see on my combos earlier, is either cripple or you can use Viper Strike. This two skills, as you see, has no super armor whatsoever in the arenas, and because of that, this class is pretty much a gamba, because you need to get everything frame by frame perfect. And so today, right now, I'm going to be showing you a couple of secrets about the class that I will show you personally. Now, let's go all the way here to open arenas, and I'm going to be showing you something very interesting that I think a lot of people don't know about. So now, I'll be explaining to you a secret. In fact, there's a couple of secrets. Alright, if you see here, cripple, during the phase, when it's doing the slash, yeah? During the slash, as you see, she kind of disappears and appears. During her phasing period, when she was traveling, this class has a phasing effect, which means that it cannot be CC'd, but it can still take damage. And because of that, you can use this animation to actually evade some skills. This can work in your favor once you get used to it. Once you get the timing, once you get how fast the skill moves, and once you add that knowledge with just basically like predicting your enemy's attacks when they will start using attacks, this will really help you in becoming a lot better. And this will enable you to actually bypass some really annoying classes like Gladiator and stuff. This is probably one of the most difficult skill to master with the Kuno, and because of that, this will take you a long time to get used to. This is actually one of the hardest skill to learn for the Kuno. Next, we're gonna be talking about another secret. This secret revolves around the skill Smokescreen. As you see here on the very left, stealth cannot be disabled for 2 seconds even when attacked. Now, this thing is a very vivid and unclear description, and I will actually just show you what it meant. It basically means you cannot be disabled while you're on stealth mode. But what people don't know is this stealth will also translate to the next skill that you're casting. Which means that for 2 seconds, the moment you start going stealth mode, you actually have a lingering super armor that lasts for 2 seconds the moment you go invis. And you can abuse this basic lingering super armor to use non-super armor skills in which would normally really punish you hard, and it won't, because this non-super armor skill will borrow that lingering super armor from the Smokescreen, and this works wonders. This is probably the only reason why the Kuno is even viable. If it doesn't have this, the Kuno is basically fucked. I'm telling you, this is actually the only thing about the Kuno that makes this class viable. If it doesn't have this feature, the Kuno is basically garbage. There's absolutely no way that you can use this class ever. But because of this, it is actually possible for you to do a lot of risky combos. And I will show you guys here to prove my point. I'm pretty sure some Kuno people would know immediately what I'm trying to talk about. Okay, there's nobody, unfortunately. Okay, perfect. So now we find an opponent. Now, what we're gonna be doing next is pretty much, as you see there, I don't get CC'd from any of his skills. That is absolutely not intentional, guys. That is 100% intentional. I mean, like, I won't kill him here. I just want to show you guys how this thing works. As you see there, I don't get CC at all. That is 100% intentional, by the way. That is intentional. This is the reason why sometimes, this is why I told you that this is 100% combo. Because if you thought about it this way, oh, then that's OP, right? Because like you can make a non-super armor skill go super armor, right? It's gonna be OP. No. And the reason is simple. Because the total duration of your invis is 6 seconds. And if you're gonna be breaking your invisibility in the first second because you want to use a non-super armor skill and make it super armor, that means you're wasting that 5-second invisibility time, which otherwise you can actually use to stall out enemy skills, to bait them to use more skills, to make people panic more, to make people go like, oh my god, where's the Kunoichi? She's missing. Oh yeah. Basically, you can cause hysteria on your opponents, and you're sacrificing all of that for a glimpse chance, for a chance that cripple will land or something will land. And because of that, this class is pretty much combo. And because the Kuno is extremely weak outside her invis, this is probably one of the only classes in the game that is completely like super weak without the invisibility. Because unlike Sura, it does not have any ways of disengage. This class lacks disengage. This class lacks a lot of things actually. Reach, disengage. Yeah. And the super armor, you might think to yourself, oh, she's got like 4 super armor skill. That's so good. Well, no. Because this class doesn't do anything. And none of her skills have any reach. Therefore, if you're fighting the classes with a long duration punish or a long reach, the class can just dance around you and you'll be kited to death. And basically every time your invis is on cooldown, you are a sitting duck. And because of that, this class is now very difficult to play. And it will take a lot of skill to play this class in particular. Alright, so I'm pretty sure that will wrap up most things about the secrets about this class that I know. Next, we're going to be talking about something different. Next, we're going to be talking about class matchups in general. I'll just put my Kunoichi right here so she can stand in pretty. I'll put the graphics to high, and we'll talk a little bit about class matchups. And what classes are good against you, what classes you are good against, and what are your kits. Now, let's talk about what classes really fuck you up. Well, as you guys know from my previous explanation, this class has horrible reach, has horrible disengage, has basically horrible engage, horrible disengage, horrible everything. But the one thing that the Kuno is good is the Kuno is very versatile. Therefore, the Kuno is pretty much able to fight any class to a certain degree. There's always a way that you can go around a class. Unfortunately, some classes, Kuno have 2 different sets. If you see here with Shadow Plume, I am a forward guard type Kuno. You can actually opt for a super armor type Kuno, which is completely fine. From both are good, but because my CP is horseshit, so yeah, sometimes you gotta know your limitations, my friend. If your CP is high, I recommend you putting this to super armor because your CP is high enough to tank lots of hits, and that ability to not need to worry about your back is something that will really help you if you're a whale and you don't have the time to practice the way we do. So now, we'll make this very, very simple for you guys to understand. There's a couple of classes that's really, really bad for you, and I'll mention 3. The first worst class to go against you is actually, believe it or not, it's Hasashin. Hasashin is probably the worst counter of Kuno, especially a forward guard Kuno. And the reason is pretty simple. The damage of Rain of Steel is pretty much non-existent. This thing has no damage. It's really weak. For a level 8 skill, it's only doing pretty much like 333 damage percent per hit for 5 hits. But it's pretty much impossible to do a 5-hit combo because most people will just run away or disengage already. And therefore, you're probably going to be dealing maybe max maybe 3 hits at most. And because of that, it doesn't actually deal a lot of damage. Comparing that to skills like Eye of Storm or Blood Moon from the Lotus, yeah, this skill is not meant to trade. This skill is very, very low damage. It might look intimidating. Oh, it's 33 times 5. It's like 1,500. Well, most skills will deal more than that. I'm talking about way more. And because of that, it does not actually. It's not a good skill to trade with. It's not a good skill. Believe me, it's a lot worse than what you think. The main use of Rain of Steel is to break forward guard or to dodge a grab. That's pretty much it. But this skill is very bad for trading. I don't recommend you trading with this thing. It's very bad. Therefore, classes that are good at trading, like Hasashin, Berserkers, you don't want to get caught on a reckoning with Rain of Steel. And this will all go around to you knowing classes and what skills deal lots of damage and what class have that high super armor skill damage like Mystic and Berserker. This is what makes the Kunoichi extremely difficult to play, is because you need to understand basically every single class in the game and what kind of favorable matchup that you can do. If say a Berserker is using Havoc, then you can use Rain of Steel. Why? Because Havoc has no damage. Therefore, it's a good trade. Putting Rain of Steel against Havoc is a good trade. Say that you're against, say that you're against Kunoichi, and then you're gonna use there's another Kunoichi, and this other Kunoichi is using say Shadow Plume. Then you can use Rain of Steel, and that'll be completely fine. And why is that fine? Is because, well, they both deal pretty much the same kind of damage. And so let's talk a little bit about that. What makes a Kuno difficult is the player need to understand what classes you are up against, and what you need to be patient. You need to know when you should move away from the enemy, and what enemies can really punish you, and how to work around that. And this thing is way too much for me to put in one video, and because of that, I can't just make a guide to help you fight against every single class. I will leave that up to you guys for you to find out by yourself, or if you gave up, you can ask me personally on my Discord at Uncle BigFish, capital U, capital B, hashtag 0749. That's my Discord. You can ask me personally, or just comment in the comment section and I'll answer. I'll help you a bit. So yeah, okay, back talking about class matchups. Does Kunoichi have 3 main threats? Number 1 is Fletcher. Fletcher is probably one of the worst counter for the Kunoichi. Number 2 is actually Hasashin, as I said before. The third is going to be Lotus, and that's pretty much it. The 3 worst ones, especially for a forward guard type Kuno. There are notable mentions that I could probably say. One of the worst counters of Kuno is also Mystic, because trading Fury Dive into Rain of Steel is not pretty at all. That's really bad, because then you will take like 40% of your health, while she's going to be taking like 10%, because Fury Dive hurts a lot more. And yeah, the good thing about Rain of Steel is you can cancel it like midway, which is pretty nice, but that's about it. I have talked about combos already. I have talked about other things about the class. I've talked about combos. I've talked about matchups. I've talked about the aesthetics and other things about the class. Pretty much, I've definitely told you guys most of the things that is necessary for you to learn before you play the Kunoichi. And because of that, now we're just gonna be doing what you guys want most, and that's gonna be a clip, like some PvP clip. And for that, I'll be using just my sushi, and yeah, we're gonna be going around on that one. We're just gonna be using sushi. Make sure our stats are not too high, like so. Very, very nice. Now, what we're going to be doing is pretty simple. We're going to be going to the arenas, and we're going to be talking about class matchups while we are here. Let's go back to sushi. Yeah, there's nobody, so I guess we gotta wait a little bit, guys. Okay, we finally meet a Crimson Lily. That's very nice. Okay. Now, generally speaking, this is a very good strategy to do that. Okay. So now as you see there, I'm invis when I go in, I'm invis when I go out. Oh, that's actually very, very unlucky. I actually thought that she was gonna die there. Okay, she's dead. Well, that's actually very, very nice. Very nice. Okay. We're just gonna be playing a little bit, I guess. Maybe we can get a little bit more toxic, just so. I'm 90% sure this person has absolutely no idea what I'm doing, or if he's gonna be in a video. You see there? This is pretty much a gamble. What it did there was a gamble. You see there? Like, I would just go in. I would instantly cancel my my invis just because I deemed that was a good chance for me to clip him. And she was out of super armor. That's why I did that gamble, and because I knew just and this is Viper Strike. This is a one trick phony. It's not gonna work again. So make sure I did it once before all that. Now, one of the best ways to play the Kuno is revolving around the enemy's back. You really want to position yourself always at the enemy's back. You don't want to face their front, because most of your skills actually revolve around your front. And by putting yourself in the enemy's back, you're actually limiting it. As you see there, it won't work twice. This Viper Strike is a horrible skill, so need to make sure that yeah, you need to make sure that you get things like settled before you do that. The Viper Strike will not work twice, so just so you guys know. Pretty much, you don't need to move unless you actually have to. All right, perfect. See, on this one, I'm actually quite lucky. This Crimson Lily is not really a good matchup, because Kuno has a lot better ways to go fight the Crimson Lily. I have more super armor. I have a lot more ways to go around, and because of that, I guess Crimson Lily is a pretty good matchup. It's pretty bad matchup. Like, I am a bad matchup for Crimson Lily. I mean. When you're against a Hasashin, pretty much what you want to do is pretty simple. You want to... Yeah, this Hasashin is pretty much bulked out. You see there, like, sometimes it just like goes out really, really quickly. You can stand up really, really quickly. Because of that, it's a bit difficult to play around. But generally speaking, when you're against a Hasashin, you kind of want to bait out his 2 out of the Eye of the Storm and his Mirage. So once he's out of super armor, that's pretty much your go time. You kind of want to do nothing most of the time against the Hasashin. Once you dodge the initial distance of Eye of the Storm, you need to know until where that skill will reach. So if the skill doesn't reach anymore, you can just stand up and do nothing and bait him to use another one. Yeah, sometimes you don't need to use any skills. You just want to bait out the skills. This Lon has no idea how to play the class. Yeah, pretty much there. You don't need to do anything unless you absolutely have to. I think that Kuno is one of the best classes to at doing nothing, because most of the time you just need to wait out the enemy's skills. And if you see there when the Lana is just flying around, she's not really harming you in any way, and because of that, it enables you to just wait out, because there's no point in chasing a class like that. So you see there the Viper Strike. It will only work once, so. Can just attack you once. Okay, alright. I'm toxic as fuck, but that's fine. Against Crimson Lily or Lan, yeah, pretty much they do a lot of flying, so just wait it out. You don't need to make a lot of movements. There's no point chasing someone like that. I assume this does not work anymore. Yep, it doesn't work anymore. Okay. Okay, she actually got resistance there. That's very unfortunate, but that's fine. If you see there, I'm always playing around the enemies. Alright, she actually gave up. That's very, very bad, but that's okay. Alright, so I would really love to keep talking and and all that, but I think that you guys are getting better already at this game from just watching this video, and because of that, this is gonna be my last one. After this, I'm gonna be I'll just play out like one of my soundtracks, and you guys can just keep watching. Well, that's if you guys want to, but yeah. Okay, that was pretty easy, guys. Just so you guys know, that was me taking a gamble by immediately canceling my my invis with cripple, so I can borrow that extra 2 seconds of super armor on my cripple. There's a lot of ways that there's some classes that you need to wait out and bait their skills out. Say berserkers. One of a good way to fight berserkers is just to wait out for him to keep using his once his reckoning is on, once his havoc and his reckoning is on cooldown, he's not a threat anymore. And knowing berserkers, they would probably when you go invis, they'll start spamming those two skills. So yeah, that's actually pretty good. And sometimes you need to wait that one out, so it's a lot better to wait and then to gamble your you understand that once you start playing the class a while. It's not something I can teach. It's a little bit too far off. All right, guys. I hope that today's the server chat is getting pretty heated up. I hope that today's video really helped you guys understand about the class. I hope that that I've done the class justice. I hope that I've played this class well enough. I hope that there's no more people who would suffer with the Kunoichi. I hope that even after I quit this Kunoichi, or even the game in general, I hope that you guys would still be able to play the class. And yeah, I just don't want to see you guys suffer. I don't want to see you guys who love this class the way I do to get wrecked by other people, by other classes. So yeah, this is me preparing you guys for exactly just that. I will be putting out my own like a soundtrack, and continue with the arenas. You can stand to watch if you want to. You can stop the video here if you want to. It's all up to you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I guess it's time
for the Kunoichi.
gör på dagarna? Ni sitter i det där ventrilo och spelar Dota.
Vi sitter här i väntan och spelar lite Dota.
I hear you, man.
Vi sitter här i väntan och spelar lite Dota.
I feel you, man.
Vi sitter här i väntan och spelar lite Dota och pushar på och smeker med motståndet vi leker. Vi sitter här i väntan och spelar lite Dota och springer runt och creepar och motståndet vi slipar.
Let's get it on.
Vi sitter här i väntan och spelar lite Dota och pushar på och smeker med motståndet vi leker. Vi sitter